Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host, Evan Teague. With me, like always, is Noah Bailey. So, the Amazon show Spider-Noir came out a week or two ago, and I've seen 3 episodes. Noah's only seen the first one, but I still think that's enough to get just a general idea of the show so far. What are your just kind of general thoughts after only seeing the first episode?
It's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. They didn't seem to really. I mean, I kind of thought this was going to tiptoe a little more, and it seems like they're kind of just hopping into it. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, just within the first episode, there's a lot of like, oh, I know that character. Oh, I know that character. Like, which, thank you. Which, like, I guess, like, it's what 8 episodes for the whole season or something.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense you kind of establish stuff early, but it's also just like, oh man, there's like Silvermane and Sandman and like all of these people like right off the bat. And I'm like, oh wow, these are like a lot of the Spider-Man characters. Like, that was pretty good. I like how it's going for that, like, I don't know if it's like 20s or 30s, but like old timing. Well, does that really well. Like everyone's got the old trench coats and hats and everything.
Yeah, it's set in like 1932 or 33, like
something
early
like
Great Depression.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. It almost gives that like Batman the Animated Series kind of vibe, kind of a little bit. Like, I do think it's interesting. They got the like really old cars too.
Yeah,
but they look like almost like Model T-esque, which so like I think is pretty accurate. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, I like it a lot. The action's really good.
Yes. Are you watching it in color or black and white?
I was personally watching it in color just because I like colors. But I feel like it's one of those things where it's like if something's offered in color or black and white, I know it's like the like noir vibe, or it's kind of like how I feel about like Ghost of Tsushima. It's like I know they offer the like full experience, like black and white version. I'm like, I'm probably just gonna watch it in color because I feel like, you might as well.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm personally watching it in black and white, and from what I've seen online, like there's been a lot of discussion about which version is better because I think the black and white is super atmospheric. It fits the tone perfectly that they're going for. It's written and shot very similarly to shows like from kind of that or movies and stuff from that kind of old timey era. So I think the black and white works very well, but because it has to be, has to work in black and white, the color version of it is very vibrant, just like everything is very intentional, just the color grading in general, just very, very good. We've done like a little bit of flipping back and forth, just seeing how certain things looked in both, and the like I don't know why they decided to lock in so hard on the colored version of a primarily black and white produced show to make it look better than most superhero things nowadays. I don't know why they bothered, but it looks really good either way.
Really good. Like I thought it would look like it looks very like it kind of reminds me of like Mad Men, how it like a lot of the colors just pop on the screen.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's like I feel like it for the stuff like it really works because like you're not really used to seeing a lot of things in color that have like this old like they're supposedly in this time period. Like I remember like recently I saw they had like It's a Wonderful Life in color for the first, and I'd been used to, growing up I'd only seen the movie in black and white. So that's all I ever knew it in. And I saw it for the first time in color and I almost like spit out my drink. It was so like oh like this is crazy.
Didn't know that existed. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was on Amazon Prime. Like now also. So next time the holidays come around.
Okay. The black and white version, it's like I said, it like looks generally incredible, but there are a couple of times when maybe it's just the way my TV showed it to me, but there were a couple of times where it was like slightly difficult to see exactly what was going on, especially during the Sandman fight. Like it was hard to tell exactly like what was going on with his face. Like obviously I knew that his face was turning to stone or to sand or whatever, but like it didn't like I don't know if like if the color actually changed or what exactly, but it was it wasn't like the most obvious in the black and white what
Right.
exactly it was looking like, but it still looked fine. It's just not as as convincing as I guess I was hoping it would be, but that's like my one main complaint, I guess.
Yeah. I also think I wonder like there are some scenes like especially like in the office and things like that, or like there's a lot of scenes by the windows.
Mm.
And I wonder how does that look in the black and white? Because I feel like it's very like it's very natural looking with color, but I feel like in black and white that would be kind of like I don't know, probably
Yeah,
throw it off a little bit.
it looks fine. I don't know how they do it, but like it doesn't look washed out or doesn't like the light doesn't overtake the frame or anything. It looks good.
Hmm. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I don't know, I might try in the next episode in black and white just to like compare.
yeah. Um, I wasn't prepared for how funny this show would be. Like out of the gate, just most of the things Nicolas Cage specifically say just so clever, so like I don't know, just I laugh at most things that are said in this
Yeah.
show.
No, it's a lot funnier than I thought it was. I didn't think there were going to be any jokes in the show.
Like a lot of double entendres, a lot of like kind of old timey slang that just
Hmm.
works very well.
Just stuff that work. Yeah. No, and they have funny actors too. Like not just like Nick Cage, but also what is the guy who
From
plays?
New Girl.
Yes, yes.
I
Oh my God.
don't know his name.
I don't know
Yeah.
that. I know his in New Girl. It's isn't it Winston? I think in New Girl. I don't know what his real
Okay.
actor's name, but I don't know. I just thought that was I yeah.
Mm,
Well, there's good stuff in this,
yeah.
but it makes sense. Like I don't know, Nick Cage, like whatever he brings to the screen, it's like oh yeah, this is gonna be good.
Mm. Yeah, you're mentioning it's fun like seeing just names pop up like oh I know that name like there's
Yeah,
one guy in episode 2 that was shown and my roommate was like I wonder if that's Tombstone and we circle back oh yeah Lonnie Lincoln yeah he'll be Tombstone that's
yeah,
cool like then like yeah Cat Harding I assume that's a reference to
Felicia.
Felicia Hardy from Black
Yeah,
Cat that feels
that's what I assumed. Yeah,
it could also be Cat Grant, who's a different character. But wait, is
I'm
Cat?
pretty
No,
sure
wait,
Cat
no, wait.
Grant's DC,
Yeah. Sorry.
but no, I get
Also
your
works
heart's in
as
the right
at
place.
the Daily Planet.
Yes,
So anyway, but yeah, uh, it is kind of one of those things where kind of like the Spider-Man video games where like this spider character because he's not technically Spider-Man he's just the spider the spider character has been doing this for
a
several
while.
years, and only
Yes,
just now we're getting a lot of his like more standard rogues gallery. Because what isn't it in the Spider-Man games? He's like 27. He's just now getting
yeah,
Doc
he's
Ock,
like
just
yeah,
now meeting
no,
Goblin or
right. I mean, he's like
Osborn. Like,
I
what
think
are we doing?
I think he said he's been Spider-Man for like 10. I think it was like in the first game he's Spider-Man for like 8 years or something, like
Okay,
something ridiculous. So it's like he's been doing this for a long time.
yeah, but this is obviously a different universe, so you can kind of suspend your disbelief a little bit. Maybe it's like a Batman type thing where the first couple of years he's dealing more with gangsters and just petty
Right.
criminals, and then it starts getting crazier.
Yeah, it slowly builds up.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I really enjoy this show. Like every year there's one superhero thing that we just either forget about or disregard that, when it comes out, we're like, oh, that's really impressive. What is wrong with us? I didn't
What
even
is wrong with us?
I either forgot the show was happening or just didn't
I definitely forgot.
even like think about it when it came time to do our most anticipated things. But like, there's a good chance this will be at least top 3 by the end of the year. We'll see depending on how Endgame and Spider Man, Brand New Day shake up. But like, no, Doomsday, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, depending on how certain things go, like I could easily see this being pretty high up on our list.
Mm-hmm. No, agreed. This was really yeah. It's I don't know to say I can tell they put a lot of love into this, which is always a great sign.
Yes, and part of that being the fact that Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who directed the first Spider Verse movie, at least they directed the first Spider-Verse movie, and I think produced / one of them directed the second one. They're executive producing this one, which it was originally pitched as a like literally that Spider-Noir from Into the Spider-Verse, like that character's story. But because of the way Spider-Man is, the way his rights are distributed, for some asinine reason, the way it is currently, Amazon has the rights to make Spider-Man TV shows that are over 40 minutes long. However, they cannot technically use the name Peter Parker. Whereas Disney can make 20-something minute episode cartoons and use the name Peter. That's why Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man's on that show, and that's on that channel. That's why this Spider-Noir is just the Spider and named Ben Reilly.
This is
that's why, even though in Invincible they had that, they referenced the comics where he literally met Spider-Man. Even though Amazon has the rights to Spider-Man, they couldn't actually use Spider-Man because they can't use actual Spider-Man, even though they have the rights to Spider-Man.
They have the rights to Spider-Man, but not really.
That's
so Spider-Man. Ridiculous.
Yes.
Like, how do you have we have 20% of the rights of Spider-Man? Like, what does that even mean?
So my roommate asked, like, is this supposed to be the same guy? It's like, that's a really stupid question, but I'll answer anyway. Like, it's supposed to be, but also, like it's functionally the same guy, but it's like a different, it's like a parallel version of that guy. Because that guy in that movie was definitely named Peter Parker. This guy follows the same story. Just like his name is Ben Reilly, I guess. I don't know. Like, I think it works. It's just funny how that kind of
makes no sense.
But yeah, regardless, like it doesn't make it any lesser or anything. It's just kind of funny how, like, it was originally pitched as, oh, you like Nick Cage's Spider-Man in that movie. We're gonna
this random cart, yeah.
Like it basically is, but it's also
not. It might as well be, because it's not like it matters, but it's like I don't know. That's so ridiculous.
You're right.
It's like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I do think that this show, and this is just for whatever reason, this is how all Amazon shows do, where at least for the most part, most Amazon shows seem to drop every episode of their first season all at once. They didn't do that with Invincible back in 2021, but I know they did that with that Batman cartoon. They did it with the first season of The Boys.
Yes.
They did it with the first season of Fallout. And like, I've seen some people talking about it here and there, but clearly I think this show would have, I don't know if benefited is the best word, but like it would have definitely it is a show that easily could have been in the conversation more if they did like they do with Invincible, where it's the first 3 and then weekly from there. I think that would have been perfectly fine for the show. Whereas now I don't really hear, it's been 2-ish weeks since this really came out, and I haven't really heard like as much as I feel people should be talking about it.
It kind of lets the momentum die off too fast.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like if you have that strong start and then like kind of push it to keep going, it helps it way more.
Because some people are like, oh, everything dropped at once. I'm just going to binge it all at once, enjoy it.
Exactly.
Better for a weekend, and then I'm done. Whereas other people are like, oh, it's all there at once. I'll get there eventually. And they might. Also, they might not. Whereas if it's there every week, it's like, oh, I need to get caught up. Like, people are going to be talking about it. I need to watch the first 2 that I missed. That kind of thing. But yeah, hopefully if it does get more seasons, they'll release it normally.
Probably. Like, it's probably just a season 1 thing.
Yeah, that's the hope anyway. But yeah, very curious to see how it continues. Hopefully it doesn't, screw up the landing like a lot of other Marvel shows tend to do. Obviously it doesn't like MCU proper, but it's still we still could screw up. We'll see. Hopefully, it will stick the landing.
I think so, because I don't think it's going for the same type of stuff that it like other area, like you know what I mean. It's like I feel
Yeah.
like it's not trying to like keep up with anything. It's kind of just doing its own thing, and I think that makes it a lot easier for them to stick the landing.
Mm. Speaking of Amazon superhero shows that stuck the landing,
Oh,
The Boys finale was okay.
yeah,
Like, I think the last episode was about as good as that season's last episode could have been.
yeah,
The 2 episodes leading up to it were a little underwhelming. Like, essentially, the episode 7 of this season was actually fine. It just really did not feel like the second to last episode of your entire show.
yeah.
Like there are characters introduced, there are things introduced, or like entire plot lines introduced in that second to last episode that I feel could have been an entire season's worth if they expanded on it. But instead, you had to spend the previous 3 episodes teasing a show that I don't really care about.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, I heard about that. They're trying to like hard backdoor pilot that. And also like
mhm.
I get what you're trying to do, but it's like I don't understand trying to backdoor pilot a new show when you had Gen V going strong and then randomly canceled it.
Correct. And the Gen V kids don't even show up in this show until episode 7. And they don't do anything, period. Like, they literally don't do anything, even though we had 2 entire seasons building up this one character who's pretty much was a stated goal that she was going to help take down Homelander. And then when she showed up, they just kind of downplayed her powers. Starlight told them to give up and leave. And then episode 7 ended with Starlight come back to them as like, actually, y'all can help. And then episode 8 starts with them being like, actually, you can help by taking these people that we help rescue, take them to Canada and get out of here. They're like, but we want to. You will be helping by leaving the show.
You will be helping by leaving the show.
Great.
Gosh.
But the climax, the big fight against Homelander was pretty solid. It wasn't as dynamic as a lot of people were hoping it would be. It was a kind of fun framing device where like Homelander, who was functionally president of the world at this point, or at least America, but basically the world. He is like basically giving like a presidential address from the Oval Office, like from the presidential desk, giving an address to America on camera. And while that's happening, like the main superpowered boys like bust into the room and like start fighting him, but they the entire fight, like they keep kind of cutting to this crowd of people in an auditorium who are watching it, and like the entire fight kind of conveniently takes place on camera, so like it's kind of confined directly to like half of the Oval Office.
Was that planned?
I don't know. Like there's a couple of times when Homelander tries to fly away, but Billy Butcher, he has his powers to like basically send these like tendrils out of his hands and body. Oh. He can apparently send those out faster than Homelander can fly, which is very fast, by the way. That's right. Like there's 3 different times Homelander tries to fly, and he's just like, no. And he's like I feel like you shouldn't be able to do that. Whatever.
Also, can he probably just rip through them? I mean, if he flies fast enough to like, probably. If he's like Superman flying, I mean, I feel like they wouldn't hold him.
Yeah. So like Homelander's literally trying to take the battle somewhere else, but Billy is like, no, we're doing it here. Like if the fight was was the superpowered boys fighting, like crashing all around the White House, you can end back up in the Oval Office. That's fine. Like like one episode of Rick and Morty where they fight the president. Like that was.
Oh yeah.
That's like a really good episode of that show where like it's very dynamic, just like using the that entire space to your advantage, and instead it's a little more linear and very not quite as bombastic as you would think it was, but it wasn't bad. It just wasn't like there have been, I think, there was a better fight between Billy Butcher and Homelander in season 3,
Mm.
and it just kind of like it wasn't bad. It just
Could have been
wasn't
better.
like I think I think it probably could have been better. Um, but again, like, but at that point, I was like, this is better than what I was expecting going into it. So it was, my expectations weren't super high, so it was fine. Um,
Don't fall from grace.
Kinda, and it's been so funny, kind of watching clips from season 1 and 2, and like this this show used to have like very a very different vibe to it. Like there were a lot more crowd shots or a lot more different locations. The CG seemingly was better before. Like there was a lot more like flying around, like actually using their powers to a little more effectively. Because this entire season, like pretty much every episode felt it wasn't exactly a bottle episode, but almost every episode was like 3 locations. Were like 3 different locations every episode, but like every episode was felt very contained. Like by the time you get to your last season, I feel like you should start to escalate, and it just kind of didn't
Yeah.
do that as much as I was hoping it would. Um, there was like probably my favorite part of that last episode was Starlight versus the Deep. It was like basically their Aquaman parody
Yeah, it's the
character who
fish
was
guy. Yeah.
just a absolute total loser. Like to the point where like there isn't a single character throughout the entire show who likes him or takes him seriously in the slightest. And it was one of those things where like in the first couple of seasons it was very funny just watching every single person just like just
Like
ignore him, just downplay him,
crap
just
on
do
him.
whatever.
Yeah.
But then like season 3 and 4 it kind of started to get a little annoying. But then by the end of season 5 it just he was just so pathetic, it was hilarious again. Like just every single decision he could have made was just made him more and more pathetic, and but kind of made a like loop around to being like help funny just how people treated him. Like
Mm.
um although the when Starlight, who like he like basically abused her back in season 1, so like this fight's been like a long time coming. Very funnily, Starlight has been kind of been getting dogged on this entire season. Like every single chance she's had to do something cool, she just kind of doesn't. Like there have been a couple of characters that are like you should totally be able to beat them easily. She doesn't lose, but she
Is she
doesn't
like
like.
Wonder Woman or like what is her power
So
set exactly?
Starlight, there is a Wonder Woman character in this show. We died in season 5, but there is a character called Queen Maeve who's around, but this Starlight, she has the kind of generic superpower set of flight and like some super strength, not like lifting a building or anything, but enhanced strength like a lot of these super
Okay.
people do. But she's essentially able to like shoot light beams out of her hands, and she's able to like
Oh,
absorb
okay.
light from like electronic devices and like shoot even bigger blasts.
Kind of like a Starfire-ish kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
Okay, probably the closest thing.
probably.
Oh,
Um,
Starlight. Oh, Starlight. That makes sense.
yeah, but there were definitely several times when she's in rooms that are just full of technology and full of things she should be able to absorb, and she just doesn't
Just
really do much. Like she's getting beat by this guy whose whole thing is that he's like this is called dog something.
what?
His gimmick is that he is like a master tracker. He's like the nose of a bloodhound, but also because it's the boys, he acts like a dog. It's just one of the things he does sometimes. Um, and like yeah, it's a thing where almost every superpowered individual has some level of super strength, But this guy, whose whole thing is he can smell good, should not be able to like overpower Starlight in a room that's basically a server room. Like you're surrounded by a lot of stuff you can draw power from.
Right.
And she wins the fight eventually, but it took way longer than it should have. But then when the final confrontation with the Deep happens, Starlight is like, "I'll take care of him," and Deep's like, "Oh, you're gonna take care of me, really?" And then she like in an instant like hits him and like tackles him like they fly out of the White House and just zip like so far like out of DC like onto a beach somewhere within a couple of seconds. Can apparently travel like basically light speed, which makes sense, but you've never been able to do that before now.
She just
It's
wasn't
not like you got
motivated
some
to.
major power up right before this. She was just able to do it now, I guess. And then basically able to like charge up like a giant blast, like basically like an Iron Man like blast on a
Huh.
beach, even though like there wasn't any light like major light source around. But on the beach there was a moment where Starlight was like she was winning the fight against the Deep, and she basically was like giving him a moment of like Homelander doesn't appreciate you, like you can be better than this, like you know like I'm giving you a chance, like you can come with us, you can help us, and he's just like no. Just completely rejects any character growth possible, and I'm like, that's awesome. Like, just,
I mean, consistent till the end. He's just the worst.
yes. Um, yeah, that was a fun little moment. But yeah, the episode itself overall was, I think, good enough to not completely taint the entire show, but the 7 episodes leading up to it were rough. I would even argue like the 8 episodes of season 4 weren't great either, but definitely the up to 5 episodes of season 5 were not
Not great.
not the best, which I guess did benefit kind of in the end of even if you can argue that the finale was slightly underwhelming, it's at least better than my expectations were based on the previous several episodes. So take that for what you will. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Hopefully, Bot Rising gets at least. Hopefully, Bot Rising is good, and hopefully get at least 3 seasons, because you can't. You better justify canceling Gen V, which is the show I really liked, and also, taking up most of 3 different episodes for the final season to backdoor pilot this thing. Like, it better be good.
And that's still so crazy they did that. It's like
Mhm.
this show was doing really so because it was going really well. People were talking about it, and it's just like, yep, cancel. I'm like,
Oh, they
okay,
might show
like
a future thing. What future thing? Vought Rising's a prequel. The Boys is
that's
done. Like, like everything else is either prequel or
it.
like other. I don't
We're
know
out
where
of
else they're
stuff.
gonna. Okay, maybe it'll get brought back, or I don't know. It just seems. I don't know. I gotta say, yeah, I would say overall the show is like a 7 out of 10. I would like wholesale 7.5 out of 10. I think that's about right.
All right.
Yeah. Like the
Oh,
first
that's
three
not bad.
seasons being as good as they are, it kind of like lifts up the rest of it. But I remember specifically, I was actually rewatching our top 10 favorite superhero things of 2020, would have been 2024. Yeah, where I was talking about like my feelings about season 4 of this show, and I specifically said, yeah, season 4 was okay. There's like some new characters I don't love, but like I think a lot of it was filler, but I think they're building up some fun things that will clearly lead to a very bombastic and very good finale. And it's like hearing me say that now, it's like, oh, they kind of didn't do that. They didn't really build. They didn't really build off
He's
of that
like,
at all.
yeah, it kind of just, oh yeah. Like, well, I remember I heard someone say there's a theory that they only had the story written up to season three based on the comic, and they kind of like
Yeah,
had to
that
just,
feels incredibly true. Like
yeah.
season three would have been the perfect end cap. More like there's like a couple of things that could have done differently, but like if you're writing if you're writing season three with the intent to end it with episode 8 of that season, like you could write certain things to make it like all
Hmm.
conclude. But
Wait, so how does season three end? Does it end in a way that like the good guys win, or like?
so from memory, I'm trying to remember exactly how it ends. So I think it essentially ends like they're in the Vought Tower penthouse, like I feel like a place that like basically like the seven room, I think, or it's they're in the top of the Vought Tower, and Soldier Boy, Homelander, and Billy Butcher, who at that point he was taking like a compound V like serum that was giving him strength and laser vision. Um, and then there was like complication with that, which gave him these other powers. Just the whole thing. Season 4 is a little confusing. Whatever. Soldier Boy, Homelander, and I think Queen Maeve. Yeah, Queen Maeve was also there. So Homelander, Billy Butcher, Queen Maeve, and Soldier Boy. They're all like basically doing like a battle royale style fight up in Vought Tower, and like Soldier Boy and Queen Maeve, they're like basically like obliterating uh, Homelander. Like he's like they basically won. Like I'm trying to remember exactly how this was framed because I know that uh, forgive me, this is a little confusing, but Homelander's son Ryan, who's the child of Homelander and Billy's wife, who Homelander you know basically raped in order to have a child
Oh,
with. Yeah.
oh,
Um, and
Jesus.
yeah, so his child is like basically has all of his same powers, but Billy still it's basically been one of his main goals throughout the entire show is to get Ryan back. Like you're my wife's son, but you like you are not Homelander's child. Like you are I claim you type of thing. And they're in this room. I know Queen Maeve is there. Soldier Boy is there, like about to blast Homelander with his big chest beam, which turns the old powers off. That's the end game. Like, oh, we need to subdue Homelander so that Soldier Boy can turn off his power so we can kill him. But because Ryan, in a kind of contrived moment, like vouched for Homelander and like basically standing in between Homelander
Ouch, bro.
and and Soldier Boy, uh, Billy like attacks Soldier Boy because he doesn't want him to kill Ryan, even though it probably wasn't going to kill him, it was just going to take his powers away, which I feel like he would have been fine with since he doesn't like superpower people in general. So, and somehow Queen Maeve agreed to tackle Soldier Boy out the building to explode on the way down, losing her powers, but she's actually fine somehow. She lands like she's badly damaged, but she's fine. But she doesn't show up in any future seasons, so I don't know why they bothered keeping her alive. So you see what I mean? Where it's like it just like they won, but then they just didn't.
They won and then immediately lost.
Pretty much. And then Soldier Boy or Homelander just kind of took Ryan and left, and then the season ended.
But
So
yeah, if they wanted to, they could have wrote that to be the end.
absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah,
I see what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
There, there maybe would have needed like either like 20 or so minutes of that episode for aftermath, or like one other thing to. Because there was a whole thing with Soldier Boy that kind of that needed to be resolved wasn't actually resolved even in season 5, but it's fine.
So it's still not resolved.
Yeah, it's not enough for my taste, but it's what are you gonna do? So yeah, I would not be surprised if like if they basically only had like a movie's level, like a movie's length of stuff developed for this last season, and then decide, oh, we can use the rest of that time to you know to backdoor pilot this other show we're making, without realizing that a lot of the stuff they're adding into this last season only makes sense if you have already seen the show that doesn't exist yet. Because they mention the character Bombsight, and they like, oh, he's a bad guy, like he's a big deal, we cannot let him get the thing, the MacGuffin we're after, and like they keep mentioning him a couple of times throughout, and then something about Soldier Boy and Bombsight having beef, and then they have a fight. I'm like, I don't care about this fight. I don't care about. Oh no, Bombsight's here, but Soldier Boy is also here, and they talk about something that happened in the past that we haven't seen yet, and then they fight for a while. I'm like, I don't know what this means. Like we're watching the conclusion to a story that hasn't been told yet. It's just a little weird.
Yeah, because like, what are we supposed to even like do with that?
Yeah. Eh. Okay, but it's over, and like I said, hopefully Vault Rising is any good. So, all right. Moving over to some video game stuff. There was a state of play yesterday, at the time of recording, and it started off with an extended look at that new Wolverine game. Yeah, thoughts?
That was so violent. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think the one that stood out the most is the team attack with Jean Grey, where she just sets up Bro, and then Wolverine just like rips the guy in that basically. And I'm just like, oh, like
Yeah.
that's so like I don't know. This game, I'm like, this game is gonna be so violent.
Yeah, I really appreciate how this game, like, one of the main things people are kind of having trouble with conceptualizing about a Wolverine game is like, Wolverine can't die. Like, he doesn't really take damage like that, not normally. But I think they showed it, the way they did it, I think, is a pretty clever way of like, yeah, you can take a ton of damage, like it heals pretty fast, but you can take damage. But if you take, a lot, you do die.
Right.
But like I think, visually showing like you can get a hole in your chest and it could just like heal back. I think that was a kind of like,
That's pretty sick.
yeah, absolutely. Um, but yeah, I've seen a lot of people who clearly don't really know who Wolverine is. They only know who he is from the Hugh Jackman movies, which, like, great portrayal of the character, but there's more to, the 60-ish years legacy of the character that hasn't really been shown super effectively on the big screen, where, yeah, he, like, oh, why is he stealthy? Why is he needing to be sneaky? Why is he sneaky? Like, why isn't he just going in guns for, like, his claws blazing? Because he's not a tank. He's, pretty accurately like a 5'5", like, little guy who's like, whole thing is sneaking around and like, and like, yeah, he can tank attacks. He can go in brawling, but like he doesn't need to, nor should he necessarily.
Yeah, it's like there's a difference between regeneration and invulnerable.
Yeah.
Like he could, like, it'll still slow him down. I'm not saying it would stop him, but it's like he'd probably rather not take a ton of bullets if he doesn't have to.
Yeah. Like he wrestles with samurais and ninjas, like the Hand, constantly in the
Mm-hmm.
comics. Like he knows how to be stealthy when he needs to be. Um, so yeah, I know it's like a kind of generic superhero thing ever since the Arkham games for that to be a thing, but it's effective. Like you can go in guns blazing if you want, but
Right.
this was showing like Ghost of Tsushima. Like there's a more attack oriented one. There's a more ninja slash samurai stealth
Right.
version.
And depending on your playstyle, one or the other may be more effective because
Mm-hmm.
if you're like me and you like killing most people before even the fight even starts, it's a lot easier to kill people stealthy than doing it, kicking open the front door. But
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah, but no, it looks so good. And yeah, it does kind of look like, Spider-Man and Batman and all of that. But it's like, one, I think, that's a winning formula so
mm-hmm.
far. And also, I mean, it look like it's obvious Insomniac still. So of course they're gonna like, keep a lot of the same design, but like
Yeah.
but no, and I was really I did not realize they were gonna have other mutants in this. Like especially like Jean Grey was a huge surprise to me.
Right. It was either a press release after or during the presentation. I don't remember exactly, but they at some point they mentioned that technically the X-Men haven't officially been formed yet in this universe, but there are like groups of mutants who
Hmm.
are doing stuff, which I think is it's fine. Like I don't see why it
Yeah, they'll figure
matters
something out.
exactly. Uh, it is going to be interesting to see if there is any direct tie-in to the Spider-Man games, because like we just said, it'd be a little funny if Spider-Man is in his like 10th year of being Spider-Man and the X-Men haven't formed yet.
Yeah, and then also in the Spider-Man games, there's like other canonical teams. Like the Fantastic Four is a
The
thing,
Avengers
Black
definitely.
Panther is a thing. The Avengers, Doctor Strange. Like there's a lot of other Marvel stuff that's already been
Mm-hmm.
established. So for X-Men to just kind of just now getting started would be kind of interesting. Maybe it's a prequel game though. Maybe it's the
Yeah.
older. Like we start further back than we realize.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if this is canon, but I've always kind of accepted the idea that part of just being a mutant is that your aging is different. Not necessarily infinite, but your aging is different because obviously there's been a lot of reboots and timeline shenanigans, but a lot of these X-Men characters have been around for 60 plus years. So
Yeah.
Magneto was old in the 60s and he's still old now.
Right. Well, it's like the thing where it's like Magneto's origin story. At a certain point, we're gonna have to do something about it because it's like,
Yeah, gotta be something
okay,
else.
like yeah, like you were part of the Holocaust, but it's like, all right, like that checks out, but like we got like maybe 20 more years where it's like, nah,
Yeah.
like where it's like you'd be like 100 at that
Yeah.
point.
And that 20 years from now, if you were born, actually 20 years from now, exactly would be like a year after World War II
Exactly.
ended. So you would have to be born 10 years before that for it to like really matter. So
Right,
we
you
got
got to be
like
like
10
a
years.
hundred and something years old, like
Yeah.
what I mean. So it's like even if you are a mutant, that's kind of like I don't know. And it's not like he looks like he's death's door either. Like he's old, but it's not like he's like
Yeah.
barely moving old.
Yeah. So this is a prequel, and assuming Jean Grey and everyone else gets out alive, like it easily could be set, a decade plus before Spider-Man be fine,
Yeah.
if that is, especially since Jean Grey is reality warper in English, she can make herself look like whatever.
Fair
Is
enough.
her power signature usually purple?
Usually there, I don't. In most continuities, there's no color to it. It might be purple in the like 90s cartoon, if I remember correctly. But
Hmm.
other versions of it, I don't remember it ever having a color. I was thinking that
Okay,
too. Like
because
most
obviously
versions,
Scarlet
it's
Witches
just
is
like,
red.
right, no, but
Like a
that's
lot of other characters
normally
have
a
like a
thing.
specific color that their powers have, but
Well, I think she does in the 90s cartoon, but again, I think in Mother, because I'm thinking of like other versions of Jean I can think of, and I'm like,
mm,
Most versions, I'm pretty sure there's no color. It's just stuff just floats, or she just like, or maybe the screen gets squiggly or something. But there's
Okay.
not like a specific color set.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm kind of curious if they'll like how deep into Jean Grey's story they'll go, because
Mm,
from the little bits we saw in this, little like after the gameplay trailer, there's a lot of stuff going on. We got Sabretooth, we got the
yeah.
Hand, we got some kind of samurai character. Like there's a there are a lot of just things going on. So I'm wondering like how involved will other dudes actually be in this?
Yeah, no, you got Omega Red was in there, and
Mm.
like a lot of like, yeah, I'm kind of like, are there gonna be other like X-Men in this? Like, are we gonna see Storm? Are we gonna see Cyclops? Or like, is the final boss gonna be Magneto and then you just can't win? Like,
Mhm.
what happens? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, like, yeah, I'm wondering like who like I know like I'm like, is there? I wonder who the bad like. I know the bad guy, but like they're gonna be Sabretooth and stuff. But I'm like, is there like a who is gonna be like? Is it like the Weapon X program gonna be just like the bad guy, or are they just around?
I mean,
Like,
there's people who are capturing young mutants and taking them somewhere, so it maybe some
yeah,
evil government agency. Maybe
true, true. Are there gonna be? Did we see anything about Sentinels yet, or did I imagine that?
I don't I don't think
I
so.
thought maybe in the first trailer, but maybe I wasn't.
Yeah, that could be a decent, if not final boss, like late game boss.
Definitely.
Yeah, especially if it's like a super sentinel that has a bunch of people's powers. That's the
Oh, that'd
thing.
be terrifying.
Yeah, so we got enough September, so not that much longer to
Yeah,
wait.
I thought that was really surprising. I didn't think they're like, oh yeah, September like 16th or something. I was like,
Hmm.
oh,
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna
they
be like
want to they want to make
2027.
sure that they have a lot of runway before GTA comes out.
That's smart
Every
because
single game that was announced during this presentation was either September or October. Not a single game went past like October 20th.
they know, like as soon as GTA, which I still think isn't coming out this year
I
by
agree.
you. I still don't think it. I still think it's gonna be at least 2027, if not later. But just
There's
to
been
be
no new
safe, you don't
trailers.
want
There's
your
been
game to
nothing
tank.
like I thought maybe they would have something at the state of play, but
Nope.
they didn't. No. Okay.
And I mean, and the thing is, they don't really need like my thing is until they just release the game, there's nothing really to talk about. We're gonna buy it. Everyone's gonna buy it. GTA 6 is a meme, it's a like milestone, it's all the things. Like until it comes out, like yeah, we're just waiting on it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to sweeten the pot anymore. I think the pot's as sweet as like the hype is already at an
Yeah.
all-time high. Like there's not really much else you can do. Really, it's more you can make it worse than better.
Right. Yeah. September worked for them with I think the past two Spider-Man games. I think they both came out in September, somewhere around there. So might as well do that again. Sure.
Okay. Yeah. And I bet you there's probably gonna be some kind of like tie. I feel like there is gonna be some kind of tie with Spider-Man because you've still got Spider-Man 3 to come out, which,
Mm.
I'm sure they're gonna want to get people hyped for that. So I bet you like there's like an ad credit or something where it's like, oh, we're going to New York or something like that, and it's like,
Mm.
Spider-Man's little motif or something plays, or who knows.
Yeah. All right. One last bit of news I have. Um, the other day, uh, James Gunn announced that major filming for Man of Tomorrow has begun, and to show that he showed Lex in his big
Yeah.
dumb green suit.
Yes, I saw that. I know you were so happy.
Yes. He showed behind the scene footage of Nicholas Holt in the suit, like walking. Like it looks so big and dumb and great. Like, I love it.
It's exactly the most obnoxious thing, exactly what Lex would make in real life.
He said like with state of the art patented Lexiglass. Like that's so good.
Oh, He really would, dude. He'd be like, "Yeah, I apply the patent. It's better." And then like they'd be like, "You can't patent it, plexiglass or everything." No, it's better. Mine's superior. So really, it's my patent now. And oh my
Yeah.
god, plexiglass. LOL.
Mm.
With just a hint of lead, even though it's clear, just because.
Mhm.
Just
That'd be something.
right.
It's not
like,
enough that I can
like
literally turn your powers off with the thing that powers the suit. No, I gotta also make sure that you
literally.
can't see through my helmet.
Just, even though you know it's me, because there's a giant L on my chest,
Yeah.
just to piss you off, just a little, because I can, like, absolutely.
Yes.
I like this version of Luthor is I'm loving more and more, so I am
Mm,
all for this. This is the perfect suit, like the giant, yeah, especially now. It's like everyone knows that I'm a bad guy now, so why do we, there's nothing to hide
right.
anymore.
Like there have been a couple of iterations of this suit in like Smallville. I think Smallville. I know
Hmm.
the Superman and Lois show
Yeah.
had it. And it just never looked right. It just never looked as big. Like the helmet was just
Yeah.
a generic helmet. Like this is
Or like the
exactly what I was hoping for.
even like the Arrowverse, like Lex. It's like they would like cover the whole face, which like I'm sure for like CGI reasons is probably easier,
Sure.
but like, it's just for this, like, yeah, no, you gotta give it the full effect. I feel like it's gonna be really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's about a year before the movie comes out. So
Yeah, I'm excited. And then
even
Supergirl comes out
yeah, trailer for
like what,
Supergirl
two
came out
weeks?
today,
3 weeks?
and June 26th, I think.
Like 3.5 weeks, I
Yeah.
guess. See how that
Yeah.
goes.
So a new trailer came out today, and I thought that was actually like a
I didn't see that.
pretty good one. Um, so we'll see how that does.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So last thing here. I'm gonna switch over to. I think that's what we usually do. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Perfect. So
Yeah.
time for our May fantasy box office recap.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh
some
wow.
very interesting stuff has happened
Oh my god.
since we last looked at this in April. So I'm just gonna go over. I'm gonna go over your movie, or to go over the totals, and I'm gonna go over your movies, and then I'm gonna go over
Okay.
my movies, and we'll go from there. So currently, I'm in the lead at 884 million.
Oh.
You are at 272 million.
Jesus.
So some good things. Hoppers, which again I gave you that, so you're
Yeah.
welcome, has made you $12 million. So a
I'll
lot
take
more
it.
than I thought it would do.
Hey, you and me both. I had never even heard of that movie.
Mario is it's
So
gonna
much
cross a
carrying.
it's gonna cross a billion soon, but it's like right there at it. It's definitely
Yeah.
easily it might even be your most profitable movie of the year. Like that is
Oh yeah, probably. I mean,
incredible. 719 million, incredible.
well, that's the thing. Considering how low the budget is, it's like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's gonna do all the carrying for sure.
Yeah.
And it's still not enough right now.
That Mummy movie,
Yeah, it's
89
okay.
million, so
Okay.
34 million profit. Pretty good.
I think those are my only positive movies.
That is correct.
Everything else sucks.
Yeah. The Slime movie did not really do it for you.
Yeah, I mean, man, I didn't really know what I was getting into. Low risk, low reward. That's fine. That's whatever.
Yeah. I know you haven't seen this movie yet, which I recommend, but
Mando, yeah.
Mando, it's
I thought
doing
more people.
okay.
I thought more people would see this. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm a little surprised because it's Star Wars and I understand it's not like a numbered Star Wars movie, but I'm
Mhm.
also like it's a Star Wars movie. There's nothing like I don't know, I feel like there's not really a ton out right now that I feel like is like directly challenging it.
Yeah, but I think there is enough, which we'll see on my end. There is
Yeah.
enough out that I think kind of is enough to almost like a counterculture type thing of like, oh, I'm not really interested in this, but I am interested in going to see a movie, so
Hmm.
why don't you go see this other thing? And I think this movie had a incredibly steep drop off between weekends. I think it had a 70% drop off domestically.
Jeez.
Um, yeah, I think it made
Yeah.
almost like a little over 100 million opening weekend domestically, and then made like 25 million on the second
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah, cause it was a holiday weekend too, which is
It
one of
was
the other reasons I picked it.
right.
But yeah, I think it just like
At the same
is just
time, it's the movie. It's the movie based on a show that ended 3 years ago that
yes,
had a
it ended
season that people
poorly.
that yeah, the last season that people liked came out like 5 years ago. I just
Yes. I feel like if this had came out like yeah, like 20
like four maybe.
even 2024 like would have been way better. Yeah, this was rough.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully
I mean,
maybe
there's still
over
time.
time it might get up in the 300s.
I mean, that's like at this point, it's like just be, do the best you can with what you got. It's not going to
Yeah,
be a crusher, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. Just don't be an
yeah.
anchor.
I I definitely don't regret not picking this one.
Yeah,
um, although on the horizon we have Toy Story 5, we have Moana. Those could
right.
potentially be big for you.
I think so.
Yeah, you do need to pick a new alternate because Fall, the movie Fall 2 fell out of this time
Okay, yeah.
in that
Wait,
amazing
don't we
digital
already?
circus.
Isn't the other? Is that an alternate too, or the circus thing?
This amazing digital circus was your alternate, and because Fall fell out, it replaced it. So you need to replace your alternate with something.
Oh, so I need to find a new alternate.
Yes,
Oh, okay. Let me do that. What else?
and they
Okay,
could do Supergirl, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. But
I
that's up for grabs.
it is up for grabs, but I'm also like I'm nervous about that one too because I don't want to
Yeah,
get an alternate that it like falls off a cliff.
yeah.
But let's see what else is there. I gotta look at the list. It'll let me. Well, oh, I guess I fell asleep or something. Uh, let's see. We're in summer, right? Let's see. You know what? When does this come out? Hmm, that one. Ooh, gracious.
Not a lot appealing to you.
Not a ton available, but I'm like, some of these, I'm like, good God, some of these did terrible. I'm like, who signed up? Some of these, I'm like, who signed up on this? Like,
What are you looking at
I'm
specifically?
looking at movies and I'm looking at some of these, it's just like, this movie is this Deep Water, minus 100 million. I'm just like, good Lord.
Ew. Let's look at the
I'm
calendar
just,
here.
I'm just like, oh my God. I'm trying to look at something fairly low budget that I'm like, okay, that should work, right?
Like Scary Movie 6. This comes out
That's
soon. You
what I
could
was
scoop that up.
thinking. That's what I was thinking. That has a lower budget than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that might be okay.
Yeah.
So at first I thought that was gonna be a lot higher. But I'm also like, I'm trying to see if there's anything I'm missing.
Young
Most
Washington.
recent
That's a sleeper hit right there.
Young Washington? What is
I
that?
I don't know what this is.
Oh, this looks. Oh God. What, Pinocchio Unstrung? Excuse me? Oh
Sure.
God, this looks terrifying.
It's only yeah, it's one of those like, classic story, now a horror thing.
Yeah. I think I'll just pick scary movie. I think that's all I'm gonna do. Especially it's an alternate, so I'm like,
And if it does come out and does really well, we can like switch it out for something that doesn't do it. Like, because that and Digital Circuit come out in the same day. So if like since you are so far behind, I'd be fine with like basically switching those.
I appreciate your hospitality.
You're welcome.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry, you locked that.
okay.
Yeah, did you lock that in?
I think so. Loading. Still loading. Still loading. Okay, there it goes. I think. I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Cool.
Cool.
All right. So do I keep this just for next time, the fall movie?
Fall 2 is
Or do
still
we
on your. It's still
or
on
does
your
it get
thing.
that's what I'm saying. Does it get redrafted or like
I don't.
how's
I
that
don't know.
how's that
That's. We'll,
it says
we'll
say
keep
what?
an eye on it.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. Not that I think it's gonna do that great anyway, but
Yeah, the hype is one.
hype is one is so hard.
The hype is one.
Oh my gosh.
That has to be
All
an
right.
error.
I mean, one? Man, there's some other ones on here. I'm like, okay, we can listen, we can make this back. And we still have your bomb pick too,
Yes,
which
which
could help out.
I'll go ahead and talk about my movies here now. So
Yeah.
just to kind
Holy crap!
of just to kind of go for the top here, Project Hail Mary. I
Jesus.
think it's more or less done, but it made
Yeah,
679 million. I said
that's
up
really
front, I
funny.
was like, this movie has to make Dune levels of money in order to actually break even, and it did.
It did?
Somehow it did make Dune levels of money.
It did really well.
Yeah, that was a good pick. Devil Wears Prada, another just
Jesus.
fantastic pick. Um, it's still in
Because
theaters, but I don't think it'll make much more of this. But like, it'll. That was a really good pickup for me.
it's crazy because I was literally between that and Mandalorian, and I was like, I'll pick
Mm,
Mandalorian. That's the same, and I'm like, yeah, that was not the right choice.
yeah. Oh well.
Oh,
Mortal Kombat. So
that's surprising.
when I picked this, I remember saying this movie. I remember specifically saying, oh, "This is wrong." I said it made $400 million during COVID. I kind of mixed up some things there. First, it was Dune that made 400 million during COVID, and it also had pretty
Ah,
good like streaming numbers as well. Whereas Mortal Kombat, it it was shown in over 4 million households on its HBO Max like simul release. It actually only made 68 million at the box office during COVID. So
mm,
a lot like that 4 million in at home viewers like kind of like I guess I got to like transpose those numbers. But
mm.
I still think it was a solid pick. Like 200 million break even point.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not ideal, but like you know it's not as bad as things could be considering Project
yeah.
Hail Mary had a 200 million budget and like it could be a lot
Right.
worse.
That's the thing. It's like a lot of these movies aren't doing terrible, but the steep budgets are really screwing them.
Oh yeah, and I liked this movie a lot. I think 126 million is about as good as that movie really could have hoped for. Honestly, it just kind of it just kind of came and went. People that liked it solid, and people that didn't care. There's not much you can convince them to see it. Like it's what it is. So I'm satisfied enough with that pick. What I am incredibly satisfied with,
Bro.
Obsession
Unbelievable.
very well might end up being one of the single highest variances in budget to profit of all time.
Oh yeah, because it was like I mean the budget's literally $1 million.
Which we'll get back to
And
that in just a second. But
Jesus.
it's already grossed 161 million. this movie, I think, has broken the record for most increased box office over several weekends because it made like I think 10 plus million. This is all domestic numbers. Like 10 million ish opening weekend, and then it made 20 plus million the second weekend, and then it made almost 30 million its third weekend. So it keeps going up
That's so
to the
great.
point where originally a lot of horror movies they go to streaming a lot faster than other stuff. This movie was gonna have I think a June 5th digital release, and they pushed that back to later because it's doing so well at the box office.
Yeah.
So yeah, in Mando's second weekend, Mando's second weekend was this movie's third weekend. This movie did better than Mando's second weekend at the domestic
Jesus.
box office. Wild.
Did it always have a hype of 89?
I think.
Because I'm
There's
like,
no
there's
way.
no
There's no
way.
way. No.
Right? Because that's like, I mean, that's
I can watch
higher
the
than
footage back. I
Avengers
thought it
right
was.
now.
I think it was
So
like
there's
in the
no.
60s, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way it was that. Like that has to fluctuate. I'm like, there's no way the hype was that high off rip.
So here's something I'm gonna do. I feel like just for the integrity of the game we're playing, especially with just how it is currently playing out, I feel like I need to do this. So the story with this movie is yes, the production of the movie itself was like about $1 million. It was like some people are saying 750,000, something a little over a million. So like the movie itself cost about $1 million to produce. However, Focus Pictures purchased the distribution rights for $15 million. So since it is doing so well, and like not to be like, oh, you need every bone you can be thrown, but like I feel like I would feel better about just making the budget for this 15 million. Does that sound fair?
That I have no complaints.
Since I can change it, I feel like might as well do that. Saving. Come on. Okay. Yeah, still 124 million profit. I'm very fine with that.
I was about to say, I'm sure it's still pretty awesome, but
yeah, I think
that works.
It might make that that new budget back on this Friday. I don't know.
Probably already has since we started talking.
Okay. And another movie that I thought that either Obsession or Backrooms would be like big hit,
yeah,
one or the other.
What the heck?
What is this movie? Like
That's what I'm like, what is this movie
happening?
What is this movie? I don't even know what this movie is about. Like
in one weekend, it made $134 million on a $10 million budget.
Hey.
Like another kind of like weird horror thing. Like people like it. I don't know. Obviously, not gonna complain. I'm just confused.
I don't know what's going on with these horror movies, like low budget horror movies that are just crushing it. Also, again, hype 85. No way that was on there.
I don't think that. No,
there's
no way.
No way that was originally. That has to have changed. Because I'm like, that's insane.
It has to be like some kind of. See, actually, we can probably see here. What does this mean? Do you tell me?
Does it say anything?
No, that doesn't.
It's that's not helpful.
Coming up. Well.
Okay.
Let's see. Do you? No. Okay. Whatever. But yeah, those two are looking to be a good get for me. Unfortunately, I am anchored, but potentially by Masters of the Universe.
Hopefully,
200 million. Some early screenings of it have been more positive than I was expecting. So,
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, you never know. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. I just based on it, what I know about this, I feel like with the amount of budget it has, as well as just like it feels like it's trying to do the thing where it assumes everyone knows who this is and they don't,
Yeah,
which typically ends poorly. So I'm hoping that kind of helps out.
yeah. Like I'm hoping it does at least as much as something like Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves, which made like 300 something. Again, it has that similar vibe where like the marketing is terrible, but the movie itself is actually pretty good. It might be
Yeah.
that. Who knows?
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, the guy
Either
who made
way,
it,
I mean,
the guy
you
who
still
made it
got
made
that.
the Bumblebee movie, which is the best Transformers
Okay.
movie. So clearly he knows his '80s stuff, right?
I mean, listen. I mean, look, I'm like 600 million behind, so I
Yeah.
mean, I think you'll be okay regardless. But
Ironically, when that comes out, I won't actually drop below where you are because I'll be at like 300 something, whereas you'll still be at 200 something. But it's
Jesus,
fine.
which is
Um,
crazy. Then
it's
Toy
weird that
Story drops.
I'm. It's weird that this Amazing Digital Circus hasn't been given a budget yet. We're
Yeah,
releasing in 2 days.
yeah, I'm noticing that a lot of these budgets are just like you just don't know, which makes me so nervous. Because like, I mean, even Toy Story. I mean, Toy Story is one of the most popular movies. Like, no idea what the budget is.
We can assume it's around 150 since Hoppers was, maybe a little more
Right,
since
but
it's
like,
Toy Story.
yeah, but how much? Like, I don't know. I feel like that. I know budgets for movies are actively changing and things like that, and but I
Mm,
feel like they need to have like more estimates, especially like early, because it's like if that, you know what I mean. Like my opinion on a movie changes drastically depending on how much the budget's going to be.
right.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things where it's like do what, like, you know, like do I draft this movie? But because you know what I mean? Because like Moana's probably gonna have an enormous budget.
It's gonna be
How enormous? I
200
don't know.
million for some
Right, but I'm like, is it gonna
ridiculous
be like
reason.
200? Is it gonna be like 300? Like, because if it's over 200, then I'm like, I'm not taking that movie.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I
I'll
don't
let you
know.
drop it if it's over 250 million budget.
That's
Like,
what
we're
I'm
not
saying.
doing
But like,
that.
you know, because I mean, like any Dwayne Johnson movie could easily be like 300 million just for him. So
Yeah,
I'm like, but it's also that's the game, I guess. But
I guess.
it is what it is.
Mm,
But yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this works because if there's ever a way to make a comeback, it starts with Masters of the Universe going completely unseen. But
yeah.
we'll see how that
And
goes.
Disclosure Day could also be a little more niche than I'm thinking it will be.
I don't think so. People have been talking about this movie, which annoys me because I'm like, no,
Yeah,
stop talking about Evan's movie. Talk about my movie.
right.
Why does no one
Although
want to see
Minions,
the
that's a lock at
circuit?
over 800 million. Odyssey, that's a lock at over 800 million. Spider-Man is a cool
Yes.
1.2 billion. Like,
Oh yeah, easily.
yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like a lot of these movies are just like some of these you just know 100% are going to cook, and others you're like, well, we'll see.
Odyssey has
But
to make 600 million to break even.
that's what I'm saying. Like that. I mean, the Odyssey too is one of the, and that's like the reason I didn't pick it over toward this is like while it has billion potential, absolutely,
Yeah.
it also could not.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I don't know, man. Oh,
Yeah. All right.
one of
Yeah,
those.
we'll come back probably
Like end of
sometime
the
early
month.
July to see how
Yeah.
that will.
How some of these movies came out, and hopefully we're closer than what 600 and okay, 500 like 530 million apart. I guess 20 million
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
I don't even a lot,
Oh,
a lot, a lot. But
no,
for now,
612.
Jesus,
Sorry.
no, it's fine. It's no, you're right. It's whatever. It's a lot. We got a ways to go, but you know, we got time. I still got Avengers at the end of the year. Who knows?
Hopefully that does at least a billion for you.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it has to. I think the budget's like 400.
Probably.
So I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the budget's 400 million right now, so it has to make $1 billion just to get on the board, which is hilarious to me. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to bring up for discussion before we sign off?
That's all I've got here.
All right. So with that, we'll see you all next time.
Take care.